everybody, Zara from PWN. I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to a Paranormal Come Walk with me. In today's video I will be talking about the different types of ghost boxes that paranormal investigators use, and a couple that I personally have myself, and just giving you a very short description of each of those boxes, and also a list of various other boxes that that a paranormal investigator uses. Hope you enjoy the series. Enjoy. The ghost boxes I'll be talking about today is the Radio Shack 12587, the Radio Shack 2125, Memorex 2 Extreme, the Radio Shack 12469, the PSP 7, the Frank's box, and the Poltercom. A ghost box, or a spirit box as it's also known, is a piece of paranormal investigators' equipment that they use to help better communicate with spirit. Ghost box is essentially a hacked radio, portable radio, and what I mean by hacked is that it has a continuous scan. With this continuous scan, what it enables spirit to do is to be able to pick out words within the scan and produce communication, whether it be the form of a very short sentence or just singular words. You'll find that there are many YouTube channels that have many a ghost box session actually on their channel, myself included. And by doing this, what we or paranormal investigators are doing is actually providing the world with evidence of spirit communication, and in turn this shows people of the world that when it is our time to move on, that we aren't really dying. We're actually moving on to a different plane of existence, and that being energy based. First ghost box I'd briefly like to touch on is the Radio Shack 12587, and this is it here. This is my own, and the majority of people actually call this the holy grail of ghost boxes due to the scan, the communication, the speed of the scan, and just everything about it. It's actually my favourite box, and I do actually really enjoy using this one. And there's tends to be a Mark 1, which is what this one is, and a Mark 2. The Mark 2 tends to be generally slightly noisier than the Mark 1, due to different generations of ghost box of radios tend to be made in different factories, so they tend to use different parts, a lot of the time a lot cheaper. So when a new generation of radio comes out, tends to be ever so slightly different than the original. And yeah, with this box it's readily sought after, especially the Mark 1s, because of just everything about it. Definitely worth getting one. The next ghost box is also from Radio Shack, and this is the 2125. It's normally silver in colour, and it's bulkier, and it is able to plug into the mains. What's good about this box is that it is very similar to the Radio Shack 12587 in the scan rate and the communication that one receives. A good channel to watch if you're looking for how the 2125 works is Purgatory Paranormal. She mainly uses the 2125, and you'll be able to see the type of communication that it actually produces. The next ghost box is the Memorex 2 Extreme. This is it here. This is actually the the newest box to my collection, and as you can see, it's an armband radio. It's very compact. You do actually need to use an external speaker to use this, and with the Memorex it can be noisy at times, but it is mostly clear, and it's a nice little radio to use, and it does produce some good spirit contact, so it's a good one to use. And it's also a cheaper alternative if you cannot afford a 587 or one of the more expensive ghost boxes out there. The next ghost box is the PSP7. This is a commercial ghost box and quite readily available, and a lot of investigators use this, and normally with the external speaker actually looks like a big ball, like a microphone. And this is it's a noisy box, but it does pick up very good spirit communication. So if you don't mind a lot of noise but good results, then this box is a good box to use. It's reasonably priced, and it's very popular within the paranormal community to use as well. The next box is a Radio Shack once again, and that is the 12469, and that is this one. But this one was actually my very first ghost box, and again you can see from the size, it's good, decent size, fits in the hand. You would actually need to use an external speaker for this radio. Now, as much as I like this radio myself, it does have an annoying popping sound, but it is actually a pretty good box to use. Some people call it the dipod. It can be known for picking up negative energies, but it's a good box to use. If you don't mind the popping sound, it's pretty good. I do have a session on my channel where I'm actually using this, so you would actually be able to hear this for yourself. The next ghost box is the Frank's box, and I would say this is the first ghost box within the last 30 years, as there is one that is a lot more older, but for the last 30 years it's definitely the Frank's box. It's also a very nice box to use. Doesn't look great, but it does the job. There are quite a few videos on YouTube if you want to look up the Frank's box. The last ghost box I briefly want to touch on is the Poltercom, which is a relatively new ghost box. This is by Jeremy Jones from Paranologies. Very nice looking boxes from design, very different, very attractive. I don't have one of these personally, but I have seen them used. If you actually want to see them in use, you can go to Cat Angel YouTube channel, which is Southern Angels Paranormal, and you can also go to Wayne Fernandez channel, which is Louisiana Paranormal Investigation Research, and on their channels you will be able to see the Poltercom in use. That's the small list of ghost boxes that I want to talk about today. There are many more ghost boxes out there. I will actually put a list of some of the others that people generally use at the end of this video. If you have just bought a ghost box or have been given a ghost box and you're wondering how is the best way for me to learn my ghost box, and there is three things, and that is to listen to it, to hear it, and to get a feel for it. At the end of the day, this is going to be your personal equipment for spirit communication. So what I mean by listen to it is actually listen to listen to the scan, hear the scan. And what I mean by hearing it is to actually really hear it. You can have somebody tell you that and you can say, well, I am listening to it. But you've got to just generally just how you're hearing it or listening to it. But you really need to tune your ears and really listen to it. And by that, you're able to pick up what's being said by spirit, or what is actually the radio. And this is what I mean by listen to it and hear it and get a feel for it. The more we get in tune with using our ghost boxes, it's going to be a lot easier for us to hear what spirit says. It's going to be that much more easier for spirit to communicate, because we're going to be more in tune with our ghost box, because we will know the scan rate. We will know when's best to ask questions, not to ask questions, because we really listen to our ghost boxes, we hear it, and in that respect we actually get a feel for it. I hope you've enjoyed my Paranormal Come Walk with me today, talking about ghost boxes. This is going to be a running series, talking about various other different things. I'm not actually going to be giving away too much. So until the next Come Walk with me, or the next session, from me, Paranormal White Noise, hope you guys have a great day, and as always, stay truthful, stay honest. Bye.